Welcome everybody. Hello English Academy community. I'm really happy to be here with everybody. I see in the chat everyone is saying hello already. The first person was Sandrita Patricia Gonzalez, so hello there. First person to join today. And hello to Francisco, to Annie, Luis. Well, I am Waira Rojas. I'm going to be your host today in this live where we are going to be recording a podcast live. But I will tell you more details in just a second. I want you to say hi in the chat. Let me know where are you joining from. And I want you to tell me, if you listen to English Academy podcast, what's your favorite episode? Do you have a favorite episode? Let me know in the chat. I personally have many favorite episodes. There are many that I really like, but Christmas is coming and the Christmas episodes from last year are two that I love. We talked about Christmas traditions. So that's my favorite, one of my favorite episodes from December around this season. I already see some people. We have Julian Penago saying hello. Hi, Julian. We have Carlos Zapata. Hello there. We have Caro Ubaluarte saying hello, good day. And we have IP Rodriguez from Portugal. Hello there. What time is there? I think it's late. And we also have Oscar Flores from Canada. Hi, Oscar. It's nice to see how we have people joining us from different parts all over the world. That's amazing. It's always good to see you all here. And of course, someone is asking here about the podcast link. I'll share it in just a minute because, of course, this is a moment to practice. You are going to practice here today, and I'm going to share the link in a minute so you can go and listen to our podcast. All the episodes that we have, more than 150 episodes, and we have a new episode every week. So if you like podcasts, that's a great way to practice your English. Okay, and IP Rodriguez is saying it's 11 p.m. in Portugal. Well, it's nice to have you here at 11 p.m. That's amazing. And Se Velasquez says, I like all the things you do for the Platzi community. Well, thank you. I'm happy you enjoy them. We also have Christian from Bolivia. Welcome, everyone. If this is your first time, let me tell you, in these live spaces from English Academy, we do different things. First, I'm going to tell you about a new course that we have, and I'm going to tell you also about some activities that we have this week. Then, today, we are going to be recording a podcast episode live. And of course, every live, we have a game because we like to have fun as we practice English. So at the end, we will play a game where you will need to help the teacher that I invited today to, of course, win the game. So make sure you stay until the end because we have different activities and very fun activities. Before we start recording the podcast, I want to introduce the guest that I have today. I know you know her. If you don't know her, well, it's time to start studying in English Academy so you get familiar with her. And it's amazing teacher Gina. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hello. Why? I'm good. I am excited to record today. I think it's something that students are looking forward to this new experience. And of course, if you haven't already listened to one of our podcasts on Spotify, one of our podcast episodes on Spotify, then I know that after what you're going to see today and hear today, you're going to go straight there and check out all the other episodes that we have for you.
Amazing, G. That's right. Thank you for accepting this invitation. And as you mentioned, today we have a special episode, actually, because it's the first time we're going to try this. Before we tell everyone what this episode or what's the different thing about this episode, I want to mention, Gina, something that happened today. And we had the launch of a course. Do you remember what course it is? What comes to your mind?
Today, because we've launched courses in the past couple of days, but something that happened today, is it perhaps related to our wonderful teacher, Ravi Lakmani?
Well, yes, you're right. We have had very nice courses coming out in the last couple of days. But yes, the one with Ravi, that's right. And G, this course is very special because it's the third course of a saga, a writing saga. So we have a beginner's writing course, an intermediate, and this is the advanced writing course. And G, why is it important? Why do we create these sagas of basic, intermediate, and advanced, in this case, about writing?
Oh, of course, to give students a more complete experience, to make sure that they're able to also challenge themselves to start something and finalize it, right? See it all the way to the end in all of its different levels of complexity. And in each course, not only do you see different levels in terms of the language, but also the concepts. And like I mentioned before, the challenges that the teacher will have for you. So of course, go ahead and check it out because writing is always one of those skills that we will never be too good at. You know, you can always use a little more practice. I'm sure you have many opportunities to improve your speaking, your listening, like you're doing today here with us. But writing, how often do you put that skill to the test and challenge yourself to continue improving it? Well, go ahead and check out Ravi's new course, Advanced Writing.
That's right, G. I loved what you said. We are never too good at writing. That's true. There is always something you can learn, and also there are different kinds of writing styles, right? So you can write in so many different ways: an email, a letter, a story, an essay, a review. So you need to learn to write in different ways for different purposes. So this is the course. I just shared it in the chat. I never know. Somewhere here is the chat. I think it's there. No, I think it's, I don't know. I never know. Okay, you find, if you're in the cell phone, maybe down there. If you're in the computer, here or here, whatever it makes sense for you. There, I just shared the course so you can go and check it, and of course, keep practicing your writing skills. But gee, that's not the only thing. I want us to mention once more the course that we launched last week. How are you doing with that amazing course? Have you already finished all the paths? And what course am I talking about?
I have not. I haven't finished all the paths yet. I have seen students' comments. I know that they're very interested in knowing exactly what happens in each of the plot lines, but also I know that they're very curious about the voices that they have heard in one of our newest course. It's an audio course, it's interactive, and it's called Trapped in Technology. Well, that's the English version of the name. Atrapados en la tecnología. So yes, there's a lot of expectation from students to know how the story ends. And I don't want to give too many spoilers. Why? Because we already told students a lot. We gave them a taste of what the course was like, or what it is like, last week when we did our special launch event. So I just want to invite everybody to go and check it out, because it's so good that anything that we say might be a spoiler. So I don't want to spoil anything about it. Just go ahead and check it out, and make sure that you're using one of these, a headset, some good earphones, to enjoy the experience, because it's completely auditive, right? It's something for you to experience with your, not all of your senses, your sense of hearing mainly. And your imagination.
Is that a sense? Let's make it into a sense now. Amazing, G. So that's right. Our audio course, I think I've heard half of it already. I need to go the other path now, but it's amazing. So definitely Trapped in Technology. That's right. And G, we have some people here saying, I can't understand very well. I'm just starting right now. So if you're starting, if you say, I can't understand, don't worry. This is the space for you to practice. So first, pay attention to general ideas. Not every single detail, but general ideas. Number 2, we have closed captions. You can find them down here. You can click CC and you activate closed captions, the subtitles. That way, you can have a guide and you can read as you listen to us. So that's the idea of these spaces, that you can practice your listening, challenge yourselves, and improve every time more. That's the idea. But of course, if you don't understand something, please ask in the chat. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. So we have here a comment from, I need to read this comment from Crondust. He says, January, the writing challenge is coming for sure. Well, thank you for the idea. I was really not thinking about it, but I think it will be coming soon. Yes, writing challenge to improve our writing in a month or something like that. Amazing. So today, as I mentioned, we are going to be recording a podcast live, and this podcast is related to a course that was launched recently as well. But we'll let you know which course later on today. And this podcast is very special because you will play an important part there. Before we tell you exactly how, let's get ready. Get your headphones, earphones ready. Go get something to eat so you don't need to stand up before, while we are recording the podcast, sorry. So go before. And we are going to watch this video and we'll be back to record all together this podcast episode.
I have two passions in my life, teaching and cooking. My first memory of cooking is when I was 6 years old with my mother in our kitchen. My journey with cooking started there. My first memory of teaching is from 2014 in Bogota, Colombia. I became an English teacher and started teaching executive professionals in the amazing city of Bogota. I have combined my two passions, teaching and cooking, in this workshop for you. And you are also going to cook with me. Together, we will take this journey of mixing English and cooking. I am going to create opportunities for you in this workshop to practice in the context of cooking. Things like inviting your friends for dinner, buying groceries for your dinner, preparing for a dinner party, and finally, we are going to cook 2 dishes together in my kitchen.
My name is Ravi Lakmani, and I want to welcome you to the Basic English Workshop A2 Practice in the Kitchen. So, are you ready to take this journey with me? Let's go.
All right. We are ready now. I know you brought something to eat or drink. You have a pen and paper to take notes. And as I mentioned, today I have with me G, because we are going to be recording this podcast together. But not only G and I are going to be recording, we are going to be recording, but we are going to be reading your comments. So I want to encourage you to make comments, answer the questions, because this time we are going to mention your comments and questions in the podcast. That's right. So we want you to be very active, participating, leaving comments and questions in the chat, because we want you to be part of this episode today. G, how do you feel about this? This is the first time that we are going to record a podcast live, including the comments and questions of our community in our conversation. How do you feel about it?
It's an interesting experiment that I have been looking forward to, so let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed.
That's right. We had talked about this for a while, and now the time has come. I'm really excited because I know our community brings amazing comments and amazing questions, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Okay, very nice. And Josera is asking together. Yes, we are going to record this together. So, are you ready? Let us know in the chat. Are you ready to participate in this podcast? G, are you ready? Because there are some behind the scenes and technical aspects when we record.
Yes, I think I know where you're heading. Well, one of the aspects that we need to be very aware of is the quality of the sound, making sure that we are in a space that allows for the best possible sound, so that in post-production and when you're hearing the podcast, in the comfort of your homes, you don't hear the traffic outside, the dogs barking, yes, the cars honking, and other crazy things that happen while we're recording. So this background that you see behind me is not real. I am not in a nice living room area. I am actually in a corner of my closet, because it is the place that has the best acoustics. So These are the things that we do to ensure that we offer you the best quality, the best experience. So yes, right now I am in my closet on the floor, ready to record. And why? Where are you now?
Okay, G, this is amazing. This is one of the reasons why I like to record live, because we can share with you, with our community, how this happens and what we do to guarantee quality, right? So, G from her closet, from Narnia. Okay, so ways to see at things. Okay, I am actually today at my mom's. So, this is the studio. I hope there are no kids playing around, because if there is like a park in front, not a park, but a green space where people can walk and talk. So if somebody happens to walk by, we might listen to them, but I hope not. It's not time to be outside, I guess.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Amazing. So, G, our students are saying they are ready. So it's time for us to start recording. For us to record, we use a program, right? We used a program that's called Audacity. And I think this is the time for us to start recording and to do the claqueta. What we call the claqueta is a mark that let us know what episode we are recording, so we can follow an order, and post-production can help us, right?
That's right.
Okay, so you tell me what the claqueta is for today.
I'm opening the application, making sure I'm recording with the proper device, because things happen and sometimes we don't record with our microphones, but maybe from laptop or something like that. Okay, excellent. So what we're going to do today, the claqueta, is for episode 64 of English in Action. So we're going to say episode 64, English in Action, and our names. Okie dokie.
Perfect. So I'm going to start. Give me a second. I have some noise here that I need to take care of before we get started. So give me just a second, okay? I'm going to mute myself. This is part of the recording process.
No worries.
Maybe,
yes.
Jim, in the meantime, you can see what our students are saying, if they are ready, if they have questions before we start.
Yes, our students are more than ready. Caponero says, I already have my popcorn ready to listen. Remember, that is not just listening, but also participating in this initiative, in this podcast that we're going to record. We're going to try to do our best, as usual, to keep this very fluent, very nice, to keep the conversation going. But you're going to see that when we record, we might make mistakes and we're going to have to do some retakes. So if that happens, well, enjoy as well the process, because it is part of recording a podcast for you, or recording a course. It's very similar. We might make a mistake and we have to say, oh no, wait, let me go back and we'll start again. All, of course, thinking about offering you the best experience. So while we get everything ready to start, I want to know also in the comment section, let us know, have you listened to our other English Academy podcast episodes? And maybe if you have a favorite one, go ahead and share it right there in the chat. Let us know, have you heard our podcast episodes on Spotify, our English Academy episodes? Let us know. If not, it's okay. We won't get angry. Why? Are you ready? How are you doing over there?
I'm ready already. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. And I'm recording on Audacity. So can you remind me the claqueta, please?
This is going to be episode 64.
Okay. So
English in Action, episode 64.
Okay, so let's get started. English in Action, episode 64.
Okie dokie. And Recording. Give me one sec. Okie dokie. Recording English in Action, episode 64. Excellent. Okay. Checking sound levels so they're not too high. And excellent. Welcome to English in Action, a podcast by Platzi English Academy. I'm Gina Pedraza, content expert at Platzi, and I will be your host. Remember to go to platzi.com/workout and take this week's free class. Today, I have invited Y, and we'll be talking about the incredible ways in which exercise can impact our lives. Hey Y, how are you doing?
Hi G, I'm really good. I'm really happy to be here in this episode today, especially because it's a special episode.
It is indeed. Today we are recording with our wonderful English Academy community. Well, they're not here with us, but they are participating in a way. They will be present in this episode. How will they be interacting with us? Why?
Well, today we are recording this episode in our English Academy Live that we do every Tuesday, and we invited all our community to answer the questions and to ask questions about this topic. And we are going to be reading some of their comments. So it's not a conversation only between you and me, G, but it's you, me, and all the community that is with us today.
That's great to know. It's always nice to have our students participate and be part of what we make, because in the end we do it for them, right? So it's great to know that they're present there with us one way or another. Now, I am sure that students are thinking, exercise, physical activity. What's going to be new about that, right? We already know that exercise is good for us. But the question here today is, okay, yes, exercise is good, but exactly how good? What are those amazing benefits of working out and doing exercise? That's what I want to discuss today. So I've brought some interesting facts, some research, so that we can talk about this topic. Why should we exercise regularly? Now, let me start by saying why that exercise, of course, can help you tone your body. It can help you lose weight if you think that you have gained some extra pounds. And during this Christmas season, it is possible that a lot of us will gain some extra pounds. But did you know that exercise can help improve not just your physical body, but also one of the most important organs in it, which is your brain? It's great for your brain health and your memory. Did you know this? Why?
Well, I had an idea, not about the memory. That one, to be honest, is new for me. I want to know more. I need to exercise more then to improve my memory. It's great.
Yes, you do. Well, cardiovascular exercise, right? That type of exercise that helps increase your heart rate, that you feel it kind of there bumping or pumping in your chest. That is great because it promotes the flow of blood and oxygen. That's why you get all red, right? Your cheeks start to blush because the blood is pumping, and that goes straight to your brain. That promotes the growth of brain cells. And not only that, but it can also help the hippocampus. That's right. I said hippocampus, not hippopotamus or anything like that. The hippocampus, why, is the part of the brain that aids in memory and learning. And when you exercise regularly, you help it grow. So if you want a healthy memory, a healthy brain, remember, get that blood pumping and get that heart rate up.
Well, that's amazing, G. Definitely, you are motivating me right now much more to exercise. I try, but I'm not constant. And G, as you were explaining, I love a couple comments that summarized what you just explained to us right now. We have a student, M. Tojita, who says, exercise makes you smart and makes you happy. Great summary, right?
I mean, if that's not enough motivation, then I don't know what is, but happy, healthy, I mean, that's great. Two great reasons to exercise. I also want to mention, now that we're on the topic of our brains, that exercise has also been proven to help in the prevention of very serious mental health conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. I hope that many of our students who are listening to us today want to reach as an old age, want to live many, many, many years. I know I do, but we all want to age gracefully and healthily. So if you want to be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s with a healthy brain, then start exercising now. And I want to ask students, also UI, of course, what type of exercises or workout routines help you increase your heart rate? What are those specific workouts that you have noticed that keep your heart rate up?
The first one, G, that comes to my mind is running or jogging. I think that's the first one that I would dare to say most people think of when we think about cardio, right? That's what we usually call, oh, I'm going to do some cardio. So that would be running, jogging, maybe walking, but you would need to walk fast. I can,
Yes.
maybe if you walk slow, not as much. And I'm thinking in burpees, I think, the ones that you jump and clap your hands. I think those are burpees, right? Those are
They are
really
burpees.
good.
They're like a Chinese torture. I hate those.
You do. I love them. I do love them. I get tired, but I enjoy them a lot. And look, we have Oscar Flores agrees with me, jogging. We have Leslie Saucedo says swimming. Definitely
yes,
swimming. It's a
of
very
course.
good exercise to increase your heart rate. And
Definitely.
if you don't like burpees, maybe you don't like this one, G, but I'm not sure. Garay says jump rope.
Oh, I do like jump rope. Yes, it's a great exercise, as well as jumping jacks. The ones where you have to kind of move your arms and legs. And yeah, I like those. Burpees is the one that I have personal issues with, or traumas. It's just so difficult because you have to go all the way down and come up. And when I come up, I feel like my head is spinning a little.
You know what? I was confusing burpees with jumping jacks. The ones I like are jumping jacks. I am totally with you about burpees.
You see, I told you. Yeah, they're traumatic.
A little bit. Amazing, G.
Well, why? Let's go from this traumatic topic of certain cardiovascular workouts or exercise routines into another equally important topic, which is sleep. Now, I don't know about you, why, but I know that sometimes I have trouble getting quality sleep, right? Because it's not just the amount of hours, let's say, that you get in one night, but also the quality of sleep that you get. And if you are like me and have some issues there, then exercise might be the perfect solution. So there's one study that was published in the Journal of Mental Health and Physical Activity where 3,000 people participated. So that's a nice amount, right, of subjects for this study. And those who exercised at least 150 minutes a week, which is 2.5 hours if you are doing the math in your minds, they were 65% less likely to say that they felt sleepy during the day compared to those who exercised less. So when you work out more, you're more energized throughout the day. 65% more energized, right? Or less sleepy than people who don't work out. What do you think about that? Why? Have you ever thought of that connection, exercising and sleep?
I agree. When I work out, I do feel I can sleep better, like I can organize my time. not my time, but what you say, the quality of sleep is better. And some of our students also agree. We have Kronda said burpees are a good waking up tool. So, you can use your exercise next to your sleep to get active. And I love this comment from MTO Hita. She says, I got my master degree and passed horrible subjects because I was running 3 times per week. So exercise did help her there with her daily activity as well.
Oh, there you go. Speaking from personal experiences. I love that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes. Maybe, she felt more energetic during the day and didn't feel asleep during those exams. So I think it does make sense. Yes. And when I work out in the morning, definitely I feel with more energy.
That's great. Now, since we mentioned sleep, I'd like to know, how many hours of sleep do you normally get? Why?
It's a very good question. I would say around, average, I would say maybe 6 to 8 hours, depending on the day, but I would say 6 to 8 hours. What about you?
I'm right there with you. Yes, about that. I feel bad the days that I get closer to 6 hours of sleep. I wish it were always 8 or more. But like I mentioned, I have some trouble there with the sleep. So I need to get to the gym quickly to see if I can fix that, that sleeping schedule. But now that we have talked about the brain, the memory, we discussed sleep, one of our students did mention that exercise made her feel happy. And that is the next and the final concept or idea that I wanted to bring, the final benefit that I wanted to mention today. And that is that it is proven that exercise, in fact, can make you a happier person. It can reduce the feelings of anxiety, depression, and stress. And according to a study from the University of Vermont, just 20 minutes of exercise can boost your mood for 12 hours. So what you mentioned recently, why maybe you work out in the morning and the rest of the day you feel energetic, but also happy. So 20 minutes gives you 12 hours of happiness. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I need to work out 30 minutes so I get a little over 12 hours of happiness. Does it work that way? So people who work out for an hour, they have 36 hours of happiness, or not really?
I'm not sure. I think we would need to ask the researchers, but at least we know that 20 might be that magic number there to help you boost your mood. And you know why it helps increase those maybe feelings or emotions of happiness? Do you know what exercise does to your brain and to your body? Why?
I might be completely wrong here, but I think it has to do with dopamine or one of these hormones that I get confused constantly.
Very good. Well, that is actually one of the chemicals that exercise helps trigger, yes, in your brain. Dopamine, but also serotonin and endorphins. And if you have heard of endorphins before, you might have also heard them be called the happiness hormones. So, I mean, the name says it all, the happiness hormones. When you exercise, you help your body produce or release these happy chemicals in your brain, which not only help in the production of, let's say, positive feelings, but it has also been proven that hormones like endorphins help reduce the perception of pain. So when something hurts, I don't know, work out and have a good laugh and you'll probably feel better.
Well, gee, that's very interesting. And I think Sariru agrees with that because they're saying exercise helps you relax and forget your problems for a while. That was not the comment I was going to read right now, but you're saying it helps with, it does work, it does relate, but you say it helps with pain, and Jasmine says it works well even for a broken heart. Not only physical pain, but emotional pain. So I think that makes sense. And when you say it's related to happiness, we had also a little summary here of what we can call exercise. So Jasmine also says exercise is definitely the ultimate mood booster. What do you think about that? Would you agree?
A perfect way to conclude our episode. The perfect mood booster, the perfect sleep enhancer, let's say, the perfect brain improver, all the nice adjectives that we can think of, we can use for exercise. So the idea is for you to find, of course, the workout routine that best fits your needs. Make sure to include cardio, because a lot of the information that we found on this topic connects to cardiovascular exercise. So get that heart rate up and, well, try to live a happy, healthy life. What do you think? How else could we end this podcast episode? Is there one final comment from our students that can really help us conclude today's conversation?
Well, I think we can go with that last comment of exercise is definitely the ultimate mood booster. I think that's the one that summarizes, because it relates to all the aspects that you mentioned. And, after this, I think I'm going to go exercise a little bit to be happier and sleep better today.
I would like to, but I have class in a little bit. So, but tomorrow, I promise, inspired by all of our students and by all the information that I found on this topic, I'll work out tomorrow. Well, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of English in Action. Remember that next week we will have a brand new podcast episode. And for now, go to platzi.com/workout to watch a free class. Till next time.
Till next time. Okay, G. Very nice. And of course, before I start recording, I want to share something with the students, something I like to do. We record, but then, of course, we have a great team of post-production that makes the final arrangements and makes sure that this works very nicely. The person who supports us is Santiago. So I love to leave him a message here, something like, "Thank you, Santi. I hope you enjoy. Bye." And then I stop recording. That's just me. That's not a regular thing. What do you think about that, G?
I think my appreciation and gratitude is felt deep inside my heart, but I don't always verbalize it. So it's actually a great exercise. Thank you so much, team. Santi, you're great support. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
That's right. It would not. Amazing, G. And thank you everyone for participating. We are not finished yet, so don't leave. But it was very nice to have the participation in the chat. And we have still more comments that Santiago says, "You'll get very disciplined if you work out regularly." Jorge says, "I'm starting to practice calisthenia, actually. It's so difficult, but I enjoy it." Gee, are you familiar with it? Calisthenia. I don't know what it is. It's the first time that I hear about it.
If I'm not mistaken, is the type of exercise that works mostly with your own body weight and your own body movements and coordination. But I would prefer for the student to give us more information because he might be the expert there. But I think it involves that, working with your own body weight.
Okay, Jorge Aldana 940, please share with us, what is calisthenia? And it was very nice, G, to have everybody's comments here. Thank you everyone for participating. This is, as we mentioned at the beginning, something we are trying, to include you, to make you be part of the podcast. And we are going to come with one more thing on Discord. So if you haven't joined Discord, make sure you join, because we will come with another way in which you will be able to participate in this podcast, this time with your voices there. So stay tuned on Discord. Gee, how do you feel about that? You don't know what I'm talking about, right? So does it intrigue you?
Definitely, 100%. I'm going to go and check Discord to see what is the surprise.
Amazing. Good. That's the idea. Not today, but stay tuned before this year ends. We're going to get there with a nice surprise. Okay, G, we are talking today about exercise, and we got the inspiration from a course that we recently launched. Actually, it's not a course, it's a workshop. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about this workshop?
Yes, of course. So the inspiration, like Y mentioned, came from our newest workshop. It's in our A2 level. It's called Physical Activity and Parts of the Body, or in Spanish, Actividad Física y Partes del Cuerpo. In this course, you're going to be able to accompany teacher Romani through different, not only actual concepts, vocabulary, expressions related to the body, but actual exercises. So it's going to be really, really fun to learn the language while you are moving. So you're doing a mental exercise, you're learning, you're helping your brain make new neural connections, but at the same time, you're getting that heart rate up, right? That blood pumping, that oxygen. So please go ahead and check it out, and you will be, I'm sure, pleasantly surprised with all the information that you're going to learn while you're practicing your English.
That's right. Actually, it's like training your brain twice as much at the same time, right? Because you're working out everything you explained us today, plus learning English. So it's double training for your brain and double getting smarter. I'm gonna say you're going to be getting smarter while doing this workshop.
It's 2 for the price of 1.
There you go. That's 2 for the price of 1. The course, some people are asking for the course. I just shared it. Again, I don't know, whatever the resources are, so you can find it there. And G, of course, we cannot go without playing a game. And I bring a game for you and for the community.
Okay.
What double gains, since Fenia FA. Double gains, working out and
double
studying.
gains.
I like it. I like
that,
it.
Yeah. Creative, yeah. It took me a moment to like, okay. And then I got it, yeah. Good.
Yeah. Amazing. So G, ready for the game?
I am. Let's do it. Do I have to get up and jump rope?
No.
No?
You need to do some burpees.
No.
No burpees today. No worries.
Go. Bye.
Suddenly, teacher Gina disappears.
Yes, if it's burpees, yeah.
No worries. You do not need to. You do not need to stand up or run or do anything like that for this. But before I go there, I see some students are answering in the chat. Thank you for answering. And yes, what's the name again? I'm bad with names. Calisthenics.
That's right. Oh,
it is.
Who is that?
Oh, I'm like, who? Yes, he came to say hi. He said exercise, sleeping. I think he came because of the sleeping, not because of the exercise.
We had another special guest today. You see, we are full of surprises at English Academy.
We are. Amazing. Everyone's like, the kitty. Yes. But now it's time for us to play a game. Let me make sure that I can share, because we are going to be practicing with parts of the body. Okay, we are going to be guessing. Well, not me because I know them. Sorry, not parts of the body, but sports. You are going to be guessing some sports. How are you going to guess the sports? Well, you are going to guess by identifying an image. I'm going to show you some images that I will reveal little by little. And you will need to tell me what sport is it. But of course, I'm going to give you all some help, and it's that you can ask me some questions. Yes, no questions. Okay, so questions such as, do you need to jump? Do you use a ball, for example? Okay. Do you use Wait a second. These things happen. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I think now, can you hear us now? I think that should work, right, Diego?
Let us know in the comments.
So now let's play. So G, can you repeat the question you were asking?
Oh no, students are saying again that the audio is failing.
Is it me?
Sound is gone. Again, when you share the image, it
Again?
fails. Oh, that's so strange.
That
The
is
problem is
really
with the
weird.
screen.
So let me share in a different way. We can do something
Let's
different here. Yes, let me try
Or
some.
we can play charades.
I think we will need to play. Let's play without the image. I have
Okie
them in my mind, and you can ask me the questions and start guessing.
Okay, so the first one, you said that you play it as part of a team.
Yes, you played as part of a team.
Okay. Do you need a ball?
Yes, you need a ball.
Do you play outside?
I mean, you can play outside. Yes, you can play outside. And before you continue asking questions, G, everyone at home, remember you're asking me questions to guess a sport or a physical activity, some kind of exercise. Right now we have, you play in teams, you play with a ball, you can play outside. Yeah, you can, definitely.
You can, but it's more common to play inside, maybe, from what I think.
Not necessarily.
No. In the chat, Jasmine is asking, does it involve water?
No, there is no. I mean, when the players ring, right? But not in any other way.
Okay. Let's see. Omar Surita says, do you play with your hands?
Yes, you do play with your hands.
Is it basketball?
Very good. Yes, it is basketball.
Edith asked, do you need to run? And yes,
A
the
lot.
answer would be yes.
Yes, a lot. Excellent. Excellent. Let's go with the next one.
Okie dokie. Okay, remember, you're helping me out with questions. We already guessed the first one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, do you need special equipment?
Not at all.
No special equipment. Do you play with your hands?
Not really.
Do you play with your feet or legs?
You're using a word. Remember, it's not only sport. Well, it's a sport. Okay. Physical activity. Remember, physical activity. But yes, you need your feet.
Not so much your hands, but your feet.
Your feet.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, no equipment. I imagine no balls. You don't need a ball, right?
You don't need a ball.
Okay. This seems like it's more of is this a workout, exercise, or routine?
It can be.
It can be. Okay, this is getting complicated. Okay, Dapimen and Jasmine are asking, is it a team sport?
No.
It's not. It's definitely not. Okay, Gargantia 222 says sprinting? Like running?
Yes, actually, yes. Just
It's
that
running.
a sprint is very specific, but yeah, running. Yes.
Okay, running. Oh, we had a question in the chat. Is it a martial art? Yeah, this was a tricky one. Yes.
Good
it's
question.
running.
It is running. You know, when you say play, that's why I'm saying, like, you don't really play running. You just go running, right? Or yeah, you practice, but you don't play. So, or jogging,
Okay.
running, jogging. Very good. Let's go with one last one.
Okie dokie. So I'll start with Jasmine's question. Do you practice this indoors?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do it alone?
You can.
Is it a martial art?
It is not.
More questions, please, in the chat. I need your help. So you can do it indoor. You can do it alone. It's not a martial art. Do you need equipment?
Not really, but there is one thing that definitely helps a lot. It's not like you need it, but it's better to have it.
Do you need to jump?
To jump, no.
So it's not jump rope.
Nope. I don't know if this is a little too
Difficult?
difficult. Now I'm thinking, because it's not a sport, it's just some sort of exercise, I would say.
Okay.
We have...
Sariru guessed the answer?
Yes, it is yoga. It is yoga.
Nice. Very
Amazing.
good.
Yes, and then they were asking, do you need to relax? Is it relaxing? Definitely. Yoga helps you relax a lot, right? Very nice. Dancing. Oh, I was not thinking about it as a sport, but definitely out there, right? For your heart, it helps a lot. Amazing, G. I think we can finish here for today. We talked about sports, how important they are. We recorded this podcast. Thank you, G, for for this idea and for taking the challenge and recording here with our community. And thank you to all our community who joined us, participated, played with us. And remember, if you are new in this community, tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m., we are going to be sharing all the different ways that you can practice English with English Academy. So we'll be waiting for you, and we'll see you around in all our activities tomorrow and next Tuesday again. Bye, G. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good one.